Fernando, you can start.
Perfect, thank you. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to my session. My name is Fernando Angulo from the SEMrush team. I've been working for digital marketing industry the past 10 years, I believe even a little bit more. And of course, today you're joining us for the SEO beginners skills workshop. For starting, let me share my screen. So I prepared a really interesting information so you can start from the very beginning. Of course, when we are talking about digital marketing, we need to talk always about data. Why is that? Because with data, you're able to say always all the truth behind the numbers. And those words, like you can remember, for example, I think, I believe, I imagine, are not any longer needed because when you are working with data, you have all the facts. So for starting this workshop, let me show you a little bit our content for today. A brief introduction about SEO. I believe there's no need for a lot of work here. Then we will have our main part based on keyword research as the core of SEO. 10 years ago, today is still the most important part. Then we will go to voice search optimization. Why is that important these days? And of course, we're gonna be talking about duplicated content, then content management, and link building. So these are the 5 parts, the 5 points that we're gonna be talking today. And of course, I prepared also a bonus part, which is competitor research during this pandemic and the trends that are following that. So this is our workshop today. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start with the very first part. So what is SEO, right? And you can say, okay, this is search engine optimization, but is it really something important these days? That is something that I really should care. I need to be worried about this. And for any industry, for any business, let me show you some data that is behind SEO these days. So starting from 92% of all the people who are using internet, they start searching for products on Google. So that's why, sorry, that's why you need to be focusing on a search engine as Google. Let me show you some numbers. So here you can see that, oh, sorry, I need my coffee, morning coffee here. You have one as well. So you can see here that most of the people all over the world are using Google. So that's the main factor. I will say that for using SEO as a key strategy to be shown on the search engines. The rest of the market share for another search engines is not that big, but it's still important. So the main things that you're going to be doing for Google are going to be affecting somehow the rest of the search engines. Of course, the focus is where the most of the users are. So yes, all the people are using Google, right? Second one, 90% of the users visiting the websites, they are visiting the first search results on the first page of Google. In this case, okay, so you need to aim to be on the first positions, at least the first 3 results, at least. Why? Because 90% of the people are clicking on those results. As you can see here from backlinko.com as main source, the first position is the most common one to be clicked. Then you have all the results that are following that, but by far the first position, and let me tell you this, the top 3 positions are the most recommendable to be in organic results. If you are not doing anything related on SEO, so that's gonna be just a waste of time. Then 75% of people are investing their time on blogs, forums, opinion guides before making an action. can be a purchase, can be whatever the action it is. So all those people are going to several websites before taking a decision, right? So are people clicking actually on the results? Are people actually doing something these days? Because all the results has changed a lot. And when we are checking the first page of the results of Google, we can see that okay, we don't have anymore the first position, the second position. We have other types of positions. And you can see here, for example, this is from September. This is the last scanning of that data that we have from this company called Jumpshot and one of their partners, SparkToro. So they were measuring where people are actually clicking when they're going to the first page of results. And as a result, you can see that in Google Desktop, most of the clicks were going to organic clicks, right? So 60% of them. Then you can see that there is a black hole here. Well, there's a black image, which are the 0 clicks. And these are clicks that are not going anywhere. Actually, these are non-clicks. People are not clicking on 34% of the results. And 4% of the results are for paid advertising. So this is the picture for desktop. What is happening on mobile? And mobile, things are really different. Why is that? Because as you can see here, 56% of the people in September last year, right? This year is even more. They were not clicking on anything. So 56% of the people, they were not clicking on anything. And I have a hypothesis why this is happening. So if you are late for the SEO party, that means that you need to aim for those search clicks that you have still in a 39%. Starting from next year, March, Google was saying that, okay, if your website is not mobile adapted, you're done. You need to create a responsive mobile web page so you can be in the mobile first index, which is the one that we're seeing right now. People are not clicking on the search results. We need to do something, right? So now you are thinking about this more seriously, right? So I just show you some interesting data, but where do we need to start? What do we need to do here? Come down. I have the processes and I have the tools to make your life easier in this case. Because if you don't need to start running a business thinking that you need to take several SEO courses. Of course, learning, education yourself is really good, but when you are acting as marketing director, as a business owner, you need to focus on the results, right? In this case, the following strategies that I'm going to be showing you are going to be helping you improving your SEO from the beginner's level. Today, we're also going to be talking about what exactly you need to do. So let's start with the foundation. This is the main part that you need to be doing when starting doing SEO. Keyword research. Actually, keyword research is not only good for SEO, but it's also good for content creation. Is as a part of SEO, of course. It's also good for social media network. Is also really good for advertising, paid advertising. So basically, the foundation of digital marketing overall, I would say, that is keyword research and topic research. So what do you need to do? You need to find a tool, because doing this manually is just nonsense. You need to use at least a keyword planner from Google, which is a perfectly free tool. But in order to amplify the spectrum of knowledge about what your competitors are doing, you need to use a third-party tool that is going to be allowing you to understand actually the keywords. Because in Keyword Planner, you can see basically the keywords in only one version, let's say singular or plural. Actually, you cannot see a plural. But with third-party tools, for example, like SEMrush or any others, you can see a big variety of different tools. And in this case, you can see here, one of the biggest databases The market is 20 billion keywords, 180 countries, and all the filters that you need to work when you are creating a keyword research plan. In this case, we are going to be showing that on the next slide, but also you need to focus on the next big thing, which is voice search optimization. Why is that? Because a couple of years ago, Google employees were mentioning that Google has become something more than a search engine. It has become an answer engine. So an answer engine working with questions, right? So that's basically all the things that we're doing in with an assistant device, with a voice assistant. And the last thing are going to be the tracking system that we need to put working on for these keywords. So let's start from the keyword magic tool. The keyword magic tool, it can be any other tool that allows you to see the next metrics. So you have the volume, as you can see here. This is a demo, right? You can see the trend when those keywords are actually having most of the visibility. Then you can see the keyword difficulty, which is one of the main metrics out there to understand, is it difficult to rank for this keyword or not? And the keyword difficulty is going from 0 to 100, making that, for example, 80% of keyword difficulty is quite difficult to achieve, or 100% is just impossible to compete for that keyword. Then we have the CPC, which is the price per click, the cost per click. Most of the keywords, they have a price already, most of the popular ones. Then you have the competition, which is how many other brands, how many other companies are bidding for a specific keyword on the search result. And it goes from 0 to 1. So 0.5 means that you have from the 4 results that are appearing, you have 2 at the up of the page, at the up front of the page, and if you have 1, that means that you have the first page of results full of ads. That's the main meaning. Then you have the SERP features. So when we go to the part of the SERP features, if you are following my columns here, you will have different numbers, and those numbers are related to the SERP features that are triggered. So you have two SERP features, 3 SERP features, 4 SERP features. The more SERP features you have per keyword, the more difficult is to rank for that keyword. Why is that? Because those SERP features can be images, can be videos, can be carousel of products, can be locations, can be another questions from users. So those SERP features are going to be appearing, yes, at the top of the results. So you don't have any chance to be the number 1, because there is not a number 1 there. Well, actually, number 1 can be actually at the second page. So SERP features are really important for keyword research these days. Those are the main factors to make your keyword more visible, or to aim working inside of your content to get that SERP feature. And the last, of course, are the results in the SERP. How many other pages, URLs, have the same keyword already trying to rank for it? So, for example, here you can see that I was doing a result on Prague, a city that I really love, and you can see that the amount of results from different URLs out there are more than 10 millions. Here, for example, just for Prague, there are 242 million results only for that one. And also, all of the keywords that you have, you need to change it to questions, because questions are the way that we are using our voice search devices. And actually, why that's important? Well, let me tell you this first. When you are doing a keyword research, you need to focus not only on the keywords that you want to earn, you need to focus on the keywords that are already out there, those that your competitors, for an instance, are already using. So if you have your own keywords, that's good, but you need to check, of course, and you need to compare yourself with a competitor. So this is a a graph. This is the keyword overlap tool that we're using for this example, and you can see here two different websites, right? And we are matching the keywords that are similar to each other. The ones that are in the intersection of the two main circles, which represents the two domains, are the ones that are competing. Those competing keywords are the most difficult to get, but are the most interesting ones for the users because they are interested on such a specific keyword from your website or from your competitor's website, which is really great for the market, but it's going to be a lot of work for you to get those ranks. And of course, what are the interesting questions that we can acquire and how we can use them? When we are doing the keyword research, we are focusing on our main keywords and into the questions that people are asking about that main keyword. In this case, for example, we have a variety of questions. For example, where can I get huge varieties of plus size dresses, right? Or for example, where can I find stylish men's plus size clothing? So those are very interesting questions for big people, right? This is from a company in the United States, and all those questions are really good to catch the attention of the users when they are starting their search process. Then from those questions, you can see that when I'm typing some of these questions, different type of ads are also coming out. And if you are searching for something such specific as, for example, where can I find women's plus size clothing with good styling? That means that you are looking for something really specific, and a company needs to be smart to have that position in organic result and also with an ad. For example, here you can see for these keywords, we have 42. We have two ads with 42 keywords. For the second ad, we have 16 keywords that are actually triggering this ad. So SEO and PPC are a good match when you are using that with a strategy. The interest of the people with questions, then you are using the ads because you know that people are interested already on that. Okay, so I was mentioning a lot that voice search is something really important, right? But maybe it is not today. 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I remember that I was listening to different experts out there in different parts of the world saying that at the end of this year, voice search is going to be the next big thing. Didn't happen. At the end of the next year, voice search is going to be the next big thing. It didn't happen. We're not there yet. So nothing really bad will happen if your website is not optimized for voice search today, because most of the people, we are not using that. But I can say it also that all of the people who own a mobile device, they already have a voice assistant, which can be Siri, which can be Google Home, which can be any other, Samsung, Yandex, whatever the voice assistant can be, for example, Cortana. And when you have the possibility to have a mobile device, you already have a voice assistant. So everybody already has it. So we don't have any problems with the penetration of this product. It's already there all over the world, right? The only thing is that most of the people are not using it that much, right? But why then this technology is out there? We made a study a couple of years ago, and this year we updated it to understand, okay, so if most of the results on the search engine are losing their positioning, so people are not clicking on those, there are more zero clicks, what is happening actually in the SEO world? And we found out next story. So 80% of all answers that are coming triggered by a search voice search by a search board voice search result are coming from search features. Yes, 80% of all the voice search results are coming from search features, and 70% of those are coming from feature snippets. The feature snippet is the king of the search result because it's really big, right? We have the feature snippet, the paragraph, we have the feature snippet list, and we have the feature snippet table. All of them are really big. If you're working from a laptop, as I do usually, 13-inch screen, those feature snippets are easily half of the screen. So they're really huge, right? And the rest of the results, as you can see here, 11% of the results are coming from people also ask results, which are a pretty amazing piece of technology, of engineering inside of the algorithm, who are telling us the next thing that in theory we are aimed to search. So our next conversation with the algorithm, right? I'm looking for Halloween costumes. Okay, and people also ask results are going to be the questions related to Halloween. Do you want to know the history behind Halloween? Do you want some recipes for Halloween celebration? Whatever. So all the other questions related to my main search query, which are also triggering a voice search result. So if you see these numbers here, any number, and this is a confession, any number that goes more than 51% for me are really important, because those are making the difference. And here I see 80%, 70%, 11% is like, but that's another story that I'm going to tell you as well. 80% of all the answers are coming from search features. So search features are really important. 70% are coming from feature snippets. Feature snippets are really important for your online strategy. Why is that? Well, when you're writing a piece of content, you need to be focusing on these three aspects for acquiring a feature snippet. The first one is the text, how easy the text needs to be for people to understand it. And if you're using a mobile device, in mobile devices, as feature snippet really looks great and the information is really useful. So the text needs to be simple and understandable. Then the answers. All the answers are related somehow to the page speed of the source. So if the page speed of the source, your domain in this case, is really good, is optimized, Google is going to be taking that also into account to give that result first. Because when you're searching for something on your mobile device, the first result, it needs to be really fast to make you more comfortable, to solve your problem in a really immediate way. And Google is also looking for that. And of course, all these URLs with search features, they need to have links. They need to have at least 33, well, on an average, to 33 external citations, so links to external pages. And it will be even better if you have backlinks that are coming to your page from external sources. So both types of links, internal or external, are required for these pages. So following these three simple rules, that means that, okay, you need to do SEO to get this type of results. And these type of pages, they need to be really popular, right? To get those questions, we found out different sources for acquiring questions. One of the most popular out there is this service, which is free. They have a paid version, but you can use it for free as well, which is Answer the Public. So Answer the Public is amazing to tell you what is your main question, what are the other related questions as clusters of questions, and you can see from just one high-level concept, cheese, as you see my example, you can have at least 165 other different questions, which are starting with what, where, how, and so on. So all these questions are really good. But if you go to topic research that's created by SEMrush, we have all the questions, but also we can have the volume. having the volume, we have a high chance to understand how many people are really interested on a specific topic. And we will have also the keyword difficulty that is going to be telling us, okay, how hard is going to be to rank for this specific keyword for this content. So matching all the information that we have from different sources, we have all the list of the questions that we need for our products, also products or services, also matching the interests of the people. We can ask our customer success service, our sales team, all the people who are in the front line talking with the users. But we can do it easily with the help of tools, as you see here. So these tools are helping us to create, to build feature snippet results and people also as results. So these are the ones that you need to be using. A few tips in regards of the keyword research, because it's a huge topic and we need to make some points. First of all, you need to use questions and you need to filter those questions to optimize for voice search. You're not only optimizing for ranks anymore. You want to have the search features, and it's more important than ever to have a search feature, a feature snippet, or a people also ask. Those you can get with the help of questions. Then you need to update the metrics, usually every day or every month at least, starting from keyword difficulty, then check the volumes of the keywords. Then you can see the click potential. In some of the cases, you can name that as CTR, what is the probability that people are going to be clicking on those results. And then you need to look at your top 10 competitors and match them, compare the intersection of the keywords and see the gap, what do you need to work in order to be better than your competition. Apart from that, you need to check all the semantical groups. That means all the related topics and subtopics. You have two amazing tools to do that, Answer the Public or Topic Research on SEMrush. Those are the tools that are giving you all the questions you need, all the subtopics with clusters. You're talking about anything, you need to have the clusters to understand where the people engagement is going. Okay, let's go with the second point. Yes, that was the first point. The second point is more easy to understand, but I want to make it more graphical, right? So speed still matters. Actually, speed is one of the main factors giving you better SEO results. So you can see, okay, but my internet provider is really fast, my servers are working really fast, but what about your page? What about your images? What about your content? That's why, let me show you what is fast. So this is the performance on the search results, from the most of the from most of the web pages. So you can see here that less than 3 seconds, for example, less than 1 second on the first page of results, there are only 3 pages. Then you can see more than 1 second or 2 seconds, 20 pages, then 2 or 3 seconds opening 15 pages, and so on, right? So the average speed for the 50 top e-commerces on the world is good. But what is happening out there if we don't have all the technology, all the teams behind the SEO of our pages? These companies here, they have the money to invest in SEO, but we can do a few tricks that are really helpful. In this case, let me show you some of the numbers, right? Amazon.com, it opens usually at 1.5 seconds. eBay is already a little bit more clumsy, 2 seconds. Apple.com is the winner, is half of the second, 500 milliseconds. Walmart, 4 seconds, really huge, big. Idealo.com, Germany, is fast, 1.5 seconds. So those are the limits of the speed of the biggest e-commerce websites in the world, right? But what are the techniques that they're actually using to make this happen? Let me show you one of them. So when we are using images content, we need to be sure that all of those are really optimized. 100 milliseconds difference per website can be crucial to make your users change from one service to another. 100 milliseconds from one page to another page to make your user leave your website. So an exercise here, we can see two different images, right? On left, those booths. Can you find any difference? I'm showing you the numbers, right, in terms of kilobytes. In terms of kilobytes, so half a megabyte from the left booth, 45 kilobyte from the right, right? For a human eye, the difference is small. Actually, I cannot see the difference. But from the backend perspective, from the web page perspective, there's a huge difference. Imagine if you have not only one, but 10,000 of these images. You can just multiply from 10,000 the amount of storage that you need and the amount of power that your service needs to upload this on your main website every time that somebody is looking for your services, right? So your images are a key factor here. Wherever the image you are using, if you are service provider, if you are showing any kind of pictures, those need to be really small. And you cannot be able, if you think, you cannot be able to lose the quality. So this is one of the services that I was recommending a lot. I'm still recommending, so you can have all your images in the right place. So please use it. tinypng.com just make your images smaller without losing any quality on the change. And well, basically, if you are only doing that, changing the images, how big they are to make them more smaller, you are already winning half of the way. And of course, there are other advanced techniques to get this data speed. I'm going to be talking about that in the next workshop. But for now, only working with the images is just enough. Then be very careful with the duplicated content. When we are starting, when we have a business, online business, it's really easy to understand that, okay, you have enough content, but maybe that content is not original, right? And just take a look. Copy content, it means that you have duplicated content. If you are copying the content from any other source, that's already duplicated content. Both copy content, duplicated content are terrible ideas for your website. Why is that? Because basically Google is supporting more the original source. And how you can be original when you have more than 2 billion websites out there, right? So there are different tools that are telling you how, in different perspective. For example, here we have the SEO Writing Assistant, which is an add-on for WordPress, for Google Docs, or you can use it also in SEMrush. This is telling you in four perspectives, in four dimensions. This text is good because people can understand it. The readability scoring. This text is good because the SEO dimension, you have the right keywords, you have the right amount of words, you have the structure for feature snippet, you have all the links, you have the list tables enabled there. Also, the tone of voice that you are using. You are working with the health industry, right? You are using more technical terms, or you are a travel blogger. You need to implement a more casual tone when you are talking, when you're writing something for your users. And then all those dimensions match with the originality of the content. That means that, okay, how many other websites are writing something similar? You can get from there at least 70% of original content, which is already good. In most of the cases, you can easily have 100% of the originality of the content. Because if you are writing, if you have a team working with that, or freelancer working with your content, you just need to create your own version, with your own experience, with your own words of the content that you want to build, which is not really difficult. The difficult part is to find a way to check that, to test that, how original is this content. So with this tool, we're matching all the sources that are online with your version, and we're telling you how original is this content, cracking the code of the algorithm, right? So writing something, putting in a tool, like for example, Writing Assistant, and having the knowledge about, okay, how original this content is. Because I have seen several websites that they don't have any idea why we are not ranking. And when we put the information on tools like Writing Assistant, they saw that, okay, 80% of the content is copied, right? So they were never going to be having better results because the content is taken by Google as a copied one. And if you can say, but I wrote this content, right? We're going to be showing you also the URLs and the specific words of the content that are taken from other websites that have been there. So really important. Originality of the content is a must. And of course, every page must be unique, but not all the pages need to be shown on the results. You can close the indexed functionality for your terms and conditions, for your legal terms, for your user space, for example. You don't want to show that to rank for those URLs. And of course, we have original content, one page. This can happen with several services and products, but for any reason, you need to duplicate the content more than 70%, right? This happened, for example, here. The solution for working with duplicated content is very easy. Google helped us to understand this a lot of years, few years ago. And just take a look of these images, right? These are red trucks everywhere, and the description says red toy truck. The parts of the URL are different because they belong to different folders in different categories, right? But it's the same product everywhere. What you can do, because you have this product on the red trucks, on the sales part of your page, on the toys part category of your page, you have the same, very same product. So Google was telling us, okay, just tell us what is the original one and make canonical. So make a copy of them, just put in the direct canonical tag for all the rest of the URLs, which is a small code that you need to implement there. And Google is going to be going there, indexing the results, and is going to be taking the original one and making the rest of the copies of that page canonical for your main result, which is really easy to implement, but you need to understand that if you're not doing this, it's going to be just duplicated content. Okay, so we have passed the keyword research, the speed, uploads from your web page, the links that you need. We didn't get to the links yet. The voice search result, we passed already. The foundation of the content, which are questions, voice search result. And here we need to go with the content management. So yes, SEO is not a single job. You need to be working with different strategies inside of your digital marketing goals. And here we don't have any difference. So for managing the workflow of your content creation, so you are not gonna be saying that, okay, we have content here and we have an SEO team here and they don't know each other, right? They need to work together. That's the power of content creation. Every piece of content with a piece of SEO. So here you can see, you can analyze the topics and the audience, building the path. Use tools like topic research tool or Answer the Public will help you to do that. You can get recommendations from tools like SEO Content Template or you need to have your checklist of all the SEO stuff out there. Is you for the final decision is up to you. Then you need to follow a workflow, recommendations with different dimensions: SEO, tone of voice, readability, and of course how original that text needs to be, SEO Writing Assistant. And this is the part that most of the websites out there that are not doing. You need to run a content audit. So you're creating silos inside your website, something is not ranking well, you don't need to hesitate and delete those URLs that you have for 5 years or 10 years, and they're not attracting any traffic. You need to move and concentrate your efforts on the big wins. Okay, so topic research tool. All the tools that you need in order to create a topic that is interesting for your users. Select the topic, select the ideas, and go for it. This is not keyword research. Keyword research is the basic start for analyzing what is happening out there and to get information about, okay, this is my main keyword, how many people are interested to find that, right? But with topic research, you can easily create a content calendar from one single idea to create a content calendar for publishing, for creating more landing pages from today till next year. So you can have thousands of different ideas. And of course, when we are talking about content creation, we need to go and write somewhere that content based on a structure. That structure are, of course, the keywords, the main keywords, the semantical related words, the links where we can have actually acquire backlinks because the sources are similar to the top 10 results. And okay, I need to have ideas how my competitors are writing this or that content, right? So here with the SEO content template, you can easily check the structure of the content that you need and start writing it. Then from an SEO perspective, you can go immediately to Google Doc with an assistant. You can go and open, for example, the SEO Writing Assistant, which is a free add-on. Start writing your content, and you will gonna be receiving all the metrics that you need and the tone of voice, and you're gonna be receiving all the information about what is the content, why this content is gonna be ranking. So you can use it in your Google Docs. Go in there with your structure, and you will receive all the metrics. Imagine if you have all the metrics in a really good shape, you're gonna be publishing really quality content. Then we need to perform the content audit. Each page, and of course, integrating our Search Console and our Google Analytics from the very beginning will be great. So you need to have your Google Analytics or your Search Console integrated to understand what are those pages that needs to be deleted, what you need to update, because it's just about to rank. So you need to do a few tweaks. So a content audit, it must be done as a normal process, once per 3 months, once per 6 months. If you're a big company, once a year. But if you are not doing any content audit, so taking into account how your users are searching for your services or product, you need to perform that at least once per year. As you can see here, all the URLs, all the metrics in one single place, Google Analytics, Search Console, and voila, we have workflow on the content that we need to rewrite, remove, update, or we need to make a quick review, or the poor content that needs to be optimized, right? And we can create a workflow and progress and create different processes. And the last part, of course, is link building. Link building is one of the most important and very well-known ranking factors. And here, checking what is the gap, so how many links you have in comparison with your competitors, doing the backlink audit. In most of the cases, this will be a main reason for you to not rank if you have toxic backlinks, for example, or you can, or the next step, you need to create a link building process. We have tools for this. There are tons of tools for this. Let's go with the Backlink Analytics. So you can use, for an instance, Moz, you can use Majestic or SEMrush. You just need to have the database of the links that your competitors have. Why is that? Because links are like mentions. You have different mentions from other websites that are telling that this site is really good or it's not. So you need to check that as well to see how many partners you have and how many other partners your competitors have. So check the gap, how many links you have. So for an instance, in most of the cases, if you have only 10% of the links that your competitor have, you need to grow. So you need to be more, I don't like this word, popular, more relevant. That's the precise word. You need to be more relevant in your niche. Then taking a look on what is happening with your backlink profile. So all the links, all the backlinks that are pointing to your website, are those good or bad for you? So you can see here, this is a backlink audit tool. So this is another audit that is telling you, okay, we have analyzed 51,000 backlinks, and most of them are toxic. As you can see here, the toxic score is 46, 46, 46, and you need to work with that in the case that, okay, 46 is good enough for me, 100 is really bad, because those links, those backlinks, are coming from directories, are coming from not relevant or outdated websites that are not even there. So working on your backlink profile is also really good for jumping with more traffic. So you're not getting visibility, do a backlink audit and check how toxic the links that are coming to your website are. Then create more links, work with more links. You want to reach out to different people, just select the links that we can recommend in terms of domain authority, in terms of toxicity rank. So those links, those URLs that are really open to be working with you in terms of links exchange, those are the ones that we can follow. And you can also, you need also to contact them to ask for the link. So there are different tools for working that, but the tips and tricks here are basically, you need to work with your KPIs on link building, which are basically the amount of links, there is the referral domains, and the domain authority. Authority is the main indicator here. Then we need to analyze the toxicity of our links with a backlink audit. We can connect Google Analytics and Search Console to get more information about all the links that we have. And then we need to reach out to the best sources out there, to the ones that are opening to collaborate with us for acquiring more links. So this is an entire process that needs to be managed by an SEO or an SEO team. And of course, finishing my part today, just a couple of trends that we have in the market, in the e-commerce market from the beginning of this year. So our aim here is to show the patterns, how the market, the industry overall is changing. We have researched 2,000 of the world's most visited e-commerce website to see in different industry, to see how these situations are affecting them. So we can just do, so you can just have an idea what is going to be happening the next year. So what is happening with the term buy online? So in March till June, as you can see, we have the top on this search query. So buy online for any product, it was on the top as any other time. Right now it's decreasing, but it's going to be stable. We are checking that as well. What is happening with the traffic? So if you are in the working with an e-commerce or related to an e-commerce, your traffic is going to be going up. It's still going up till October. The data was just jumping. So the next year is going to be a real good year for e-commerce businesses, and this is affecting not only e-commerce, right? This is affecting the whole digital marketing industry because the budgets of the digital websites are going to be just going up. What is happening with the most growing industries? Home garden, food and groceries, sports outdoors, they're also growing. So the situation from the very beginning of the year is going up for any industry. And the last couple of slides showing the trends. The main source of traffic is direct traffic. That means that all brand awareness, all the brand image that you have needs to be implemented. The second major source of traffic is still SEO, and it's growing. Then we have referral, then social, the paid. So these are the strategies that you need to be following. So what is happening with branded and non-branded traffic for all the industries? Let's say for fashion, consumer, home garden, kid products, pet products, all the the major part of the traffic is for branded traffic. So you need to be working with that as well, building your brand for all different industries. And if you can see for the rest of the industries, the main CTA, so call to action words, has changed a little bit. Most of the people are taking into account day delivery, trusted scenes, free samples, high quality, new arrivals, customer service. So these are the call to actions that are working really well these days. And that's basically the first part of the SEO for beginners level. We only saw 4 parts. In the advanced level, we're going to be checking at least 20 more checks, and hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.